this morning.
Yes, ma'am.
This morning. There we go. All right. This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council Judge's statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have an announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready to proceed.
And Daniel Avalar for the petitioner, Patsy Haley. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Okay. What do you have, Mr. Avalar?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So this is Ms. Haley, Your Honor. She received a notice of suspension because of a conviction in Doña Ana County for a driving while intoxicated. She actually received a deferred disposition up there, Judge, but I guess DPS considers it a conviction. Nonetheless, she did receive that notice, so her license will be suspended on or about November 24th of this year, Judge. And it shall continue to be suspended until about February 21st of 2023, Judge. Your Honor, she's been on probation for about 4 months. She has a couple of months to go. She does require, she does have a need to drive a motor vehicle to perform essential needs. Specifically, Judge, she has twins that she takes to an elementary school on the west side, Judge. She also is employed by VSoft Consulting. That's VSOFT. And that's actually on Lee Trevino on the east side, Judge. And she also performs other household duties such as groceries, doctor's visits, and related issues, Judge. Your Honor, this being her first offense, Your Honor, anywhere, I am asking the court to use its discretion to not require the ignition interlock. It wasn't required as part of her probation up in Doña Ana County. So I am asking the court to not only grant our petition, but to also grant it without the need for an interlock device, Judge. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So the suspension is only for that 3-month period?
November, December. Correct. It's an automatic suspension of 90 days. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how long is she on probation in New Mexico?
I can tell you in about 30 seconds, Your Honor. I'm sorry. She was placed for 6 months, 180 days, Your Honor.
From when?
I have a judgment and sentence dated July 8th of 2022, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Silva, do you have anything?
Your Honor, I don't see any criminal history in El Paso. So I believe Mr. Avalar is correct. She only has that offense. I will defer, the state will defer to the court on whether to grant the petition and not include require the interlock.
Okay. Well, considering it was a first, what was the blow? Does anybody know?
Oh, Judge, I do not know, but let me see if the disposition has it, Your Honor. I'm so sorry.
You are Patsy Haley?
Yes, ma'am.
You'll need to answer. All right. Let me get you to raise your right hand. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you take a breath test, Miss Haley?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you know the results?
Yes, it was pretty high. It was 0.18.
Like 1.8, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes.
Ma'am, that would have made it an
an
aggravated.
aggravated, but it was deemed unconstitutional because I wasn't driving and the cop never saw me driving. That's why they lowered all the way to first offense, and I only got 6 months of probation.
But I thought your initial charge was a 0.08 or above. I
No,
thought
it
that's
was.
actually charged with. You were charged with aggravated?
I was charged with aggravated, and then they did the plea deal to just the first.
I understand. Oh, she's correct, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am. So the judgment and sentence, Judge, for the record, the original charge, and I'm saying this, Your Honor, because I happen to be licensed in New Mexico, Your Honor. I deal frequently with driving while intoxicated offenses up there. Her original charge, Your Honor, according to the judgment and sentence, was in fact an aggravated driving while under the influence of liquor or drugs. In other words, a 0.16 or above.
Okay. Considering the fact that this is her first DWI, I'm going to grant the occupational license without the interlock, but the hours will be Sunday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Ms. Haley, the holidays are coming up. You had better not even touch a drop of alcohol, because you get stopped for anything and there's any sign whatsoever that you're drinking, I'm going to pull that license from you immediately.
Yes, ma'am. I've been sober for 2 years now. Completely
All right.
sober.
Anything further, counsel?
Your Honor, just thank you to you and the state.
All right.
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Okay, you may be excused then.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Let me get Mr. Morales in here. All right. Well, he's still connecting. Mr. Morales, can you hear me? I don't think you connected to audio. Try disconnecting and reconnecting.
I went ahead and sent him a message, Judge.
Okay, I had just started to do that.
Oh,
Thank you.
no problem.
There it goes. Let's see. All right. Mr. Morales, if you can click on the microphone down at the bottom.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay,
All right.
great.
Court calls the case of the state of Texas versus Raul Morales, cause number 2020-C07928. Good morning, Mr. Morales.
Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor.
This proceeding is being heard in reference to and in compliance with the emergency orders of the Texas Supreme Court and the Court of Criminal Appeals under various miscellaneous docket numbers regarding the COVID-19 state of disaster, the guidance issued by the Office of Court Administration and the El Paso Council of Judges statement to the attorneys of the El Paso Bar in response to coronavirus. May I have an announcement of counsel?
Good morning, Your Honor. Omar Silva for the state. We're ready to proceed.
You are Raul Morales?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your
Raise
Honor.
your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear affirm testimony you may give in this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
All right. Have you hired a lawyer, Mr. Morales?
No, Your Honor, I have not.
Okay. You did not qualify for court-appointed counsel, so they haven't appointed anybody. What we're doing today is going to give you the admonishments on representing yourself. There's 2 documents that they're going to send to you. You'll need to read them and sign them. Is Raul Morales your true and correct name?
Yes,
How old are you, sir?
I'm 22.
And what do you do for a living?
I do inventory for a company called West International.
And how much education have you had?
I did not complete high school.
Okay. Do you have any prior court experience?
Yes, ma'am, I have been through the juvenile system.
All right, was it just a hearing? Was it a jury trial?
I had
bench
multiple,
trial?
I had multiple hearings, multiple trials. I was in the system for a good couple years, 14 to 16 years old. Yeah, I mean, I successfully terminated my probation in 2016. And yeah,
Okay, those proceedings may be different somewhat than the adult system. Have you ever been found mentally incompetent by a doctor?
no, ma'am.
Have you made any attempts to try to find representation?
Truth be told, no, Your Honor.
All right. I would suggest you do. You're charged with the offense of criminal trespass. And representing yourself is a lot more than just going into court and telling your story. You'll need to be aware of the rules of evidence. You'll need to be aware of trial procedure. And I have to hold you to the same standard I would Mr. Silva, a licensed attorney. So these waivers that I'm going to need you to sign, first one tells me that you're entering a plea of not guilty, which is a waiver of arraignment. The second one is waiver of counsel. And that tells me that you're going to be representing yourself and giving up your right to counsel. You can withdraw that waiver anytime you decide to do so. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor, not at this time.
Do we have a good email on him?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, then they will be sending you those waivers and then they'll send them back to me for my signature. And then there needs to be a 10-day period between the time you sign the waivers and the time you can actually sit down and talk to the prosecutor about your case. During that time, you may want to try to talk to different lawyers, see how much something like this will run you, see whether you can afford it or not. And then you'll get notice of that follow-up pretrial hearing so that if you don't have a lawyer by then, you can talk to the prosecutor about your case. All right.
Okay.
Okay, then everybody may be excused. I'll see everybody back at 11.
Tomorrow?
Thank you, Your Honor.
No, not you, Mr.
Oh.
Morales.
Oh, okay. Sorry.